Imagine stepping outside your home and feeling time slow down. Soft sunlight touches old wood and stone. Grapevines climb gently above your head. Flowers bloom quietly beside vegetables growing with patience. Nothing feels rushed. Nothing feels expensive. Just calm beauty created from simple materials. What if your garden could feel like a peaceful Serbian countryside homestay? Built not with luxury, but with heart, memory and creativity. Welcome to Backyard Fortune. This is a place where forgotten materials find new life, where small gardens become meaningful spaces, and where calm countryside inspiration meets everyday homes. If you enjoy rustic garden ideas like this, please subscribe to Backyard Fortune. Share this video with your friends on WhatsApp, Viber and Facebook, so more people who love garden decor can discover it. For everyone who shares and watches until the end, I pray you are blessed with long life, good health and peaceful days. One Serbian Driftwood Window Box Garden. Imagine standing quietly outside an old countryside home in Serbia. The wooden walls carry the marks of time, softened by sunlight and seasons. Just beneath the window, driftwood once shaped by water now holds new life. Lavender blooms gently beside chamomile and small roses. Herbs spill slightly over the edge, releasing soft scents into the air. Grapevine tendrils reach outward, not in a hurry, but with patience, as if they already know where they belong. This window box is not meant to impress with perfection. Its beauty comes from honesty. Wood reused, plants growing naturally, nothing forced, nothing expensive. It feels like a quiet welcome, a reminder that care can be simple, that even the smallest space can hold memory, calm, and purpose. In moments like this, the house feels alive, not because it is new, but because it is loved. And as the flowers sway gently beneath the window, the garden invites us to step forward, toward the next space waiting to be transformed. Two Balcony Grapevine Fairy Corner. Imagine stepping onto a small balcony where grapevines slowly climb above your head. Leaves move gently with the breeze, filtering sunlight into soft shifting patterns. Below them, flowers and herbs grow quietly in reused containers, each one finding its place without effort. This balcony is no longer just an extension of the house. It becomes a living corner, a place where mornings feel slower and evenings feel warmer. Lavender releases its calm scent. Chamomile rests softly beside climbing vines. Mint and thyme grow within reach, reminding us that beauty can also be useful. Nothing here feels forced or decorative for show. Every plant grows with intention, but also with freedom. The grapevine does not rush. It climbs when it is ready, teaching patience through its quiet persistence. In this small space, nature feels close. Not distant or controlled, but present and alive. It turns an ordinary balcony into a place of pause, where time softens and the world feels a little kinder. And as the vines stretch higher toward the light, the garden gently invites us onward, toward the next space waiting to breathe again. Three Front Terrace Vintage Flower Haven. Imagine arriving at a home where the front terrace feels like a gentle embrace. Flowers bloom freely along the entrance, softening the edges of wood and stone. Roses rest beside chamomile, while sunflowers quietly follow the light. This terrace is not meant to impress with grandeur. Its beauty lies in warmth, in the way colors blend naturally, in how reused pots and simple wood hold life with quiet dignity. Each flower seems to welcome you before the door ever opens. They tell stories of care, of slow mornings, and of evenings spent in calm conversation. Here, nothing feels staged. Everything grows with intention, yet without pressure. The terrace becomes a threshold between the outside world and inner peace. A place where shoes pause, thoughts soften, and breath deepens. It reminds us that home begins before walls and rooms. It begins with feeling. And as the flowers sway gently in the open air, the path forward feels inviting, leading us naturally toward the next space waiting to unfold. Four, narrow side yard grape pathway. Imagine walking through a narrow passage beside an old farmhouse. Once forgotten, this side yard now feels like a quiet green corridor. Grapevines stretch overhead, forming a gentle canopy that softens the light. Along the edges, flowers bloom quietly, lavender, chamomile, and small bursts of color resting against stone walls. Herbs grow within reach, brushing the air with subtle scent as you pass. The path feels cooler here, calmer, as if the world outside slows its pace. This space does not demand attention. It invites presence. What was once only a passage becomes a place to linger, even for a moment. Each step feels intentional, guided by leaves and light. The grapevine climbs patiently, teaching us that growth does not need wide spaces to be meaningful. Even the narrowest corners can hold beauty when given care. In this green corridor, movement becomes gentle. Thoughts settle. And as the pathway opens toward the next space, the garden quietly asks us to keep going, to see what other hidden corners are waiting to breathe again. Five, empty wall rustic vertical garden. Imagine standing beside a wall that once felt empty and silent. Now, it breathes. Wood, branches, and reused containers hold layers of life, rising gently upward. Flowers bloom where paint once faded. Herbs grow close together, their scents mingling softly in the air. A grapevine reaches outward, finding its way across the surface with quiet confidence. This wall does not try to hide its age. Cracks and textures remain visible, reminding us of time past. And somehow, that makes the greenery feel even more alive. Nature does not erase the past here, it builds upon it. In this vertical space, growth feels thoughtful. Every plant finds a place without crowding another. It shows us that even limited ground can support abundance. The wall becomes more than a boundary. It becomes a living story, one of reuse, patience, and renewal. A reminder that what feels empty often holds the greatest potential. And as the vines continue their quiet climb, the garden invites us forward once more, toward the next surface waiting to awaken. Six, pathway cornerstone and herb nook. Imagine reaching a quiet turn along a garden path. Here, stones rest naturally, shaped by time and footsteps. Between them, herbs grow gently, mint, thyme, rosemary, releasing soft scents as you pass. This corner does not announce itself. It waits. And when you notice it, the space feels intimate and kind. Flowers bloom softly beside the greenery, adding warmth without distraction. The stones hold the soil firmly, yet allow life to weave through their gaps. Nothing is forced into place. Each plant grows where it can, teaching us that harmony often comes from letting go of control. This small nook becomes a pause in movement, a moment to breathe, a reminder that even the simplest spaces can nourish both body and spirit. In the quiet presence of herbs and stone, the garden feels grounded, rooted, and as the path curves forward once again, the journey continues gently, toward another corner waiting to be rediscovered. Seven, bottle and wood fairy fence. Imagine a garden boundary that does more than divide space. Old bottles catch the sunlight, scattering soft reflections across weathered wood. Between them, flowers and vines grow freely, turning the fence into a living surface. This fence does not hide its origins. Each bottle once held something ordinary. Each piece of wood carries marks of time and use. Together, they form something gentle and unexpected. Grapevines climb patiently, weaving through the structure as if invited. Wildflowers soften the base, blending color with greenery. The fence feels less like a barrier and more like a conversation between materials and nature. Here, creativity replaces excess. Nothing feels wasted. Nothing feels rushed. The garden becomes enclosed not by walls, but by intention. As light moves across the bottles, the space changes throughout the day. Morning feels quiet and fresh. Afternoon feels warm and alive. Evening settles into calm reflection. This fence teaches us that limits can be beautiful, that edges can bloom. And as the garden continues beyond this gentle boundary, we are guided forward, toward another space waiting to be transformed. Eight, small garden Serbian cottage mix. Imagine a small garden that feels complete, even without perfect lines or strict order. Here, flowers and vegetables grow side by side, sharing space and sunlight without competition. Lavender rests near tomatoes. Chamomile blooms beside leafy greens. Grapevines quietly frame the scene. This garden does not separate beauty from usefulness. Everything belongs together. Food grows where flowers bloom, and color lives alongside nourishment. The soil feels generous here. It offers just enough for each plant to thrive. Nothing feels crowded, yet nothing feels empty. In this small space, the rhythm of the countryside becomes clear. Growth happens slowly. Care is steady, not rushed. The garden responds in its own time. It reminds us that abundance does not depend on size, only on intention and patience. A small garden like this carries the spirit of a cottage, humble, honest, and deeply alive. As leaves brush against one another in the breeze, the garden feels settled. And gently, it leads us onward, toward another space waiting to reveal its quiet charm. Nine, tiny patio grape and flower retreat. Imagine a small patio where space feels generous, not limited. Stone beneath your feet holds the warmth of the day. Above, grapevines stretch gently, offering shade without enclosure. Flowers soften the edges, lavender, chamomile, and small bursts of color resting near simple seating. Herbs grow close by, ready to be touched, smelled, and used. The air feels still here, protected, as if the world pauses just beyond the walls. This patio does not try to be large. It understands its purpose. It offers rest. A place to sit quietly, to listen, to breathe. The grapevine teaches patience, climbing slowly, shaping the space over time. Each leaf filters light, creating moving patterns that shift throughout the day. Nothing feels fixed. Everything feels alive. In this small retreat, calm becomes tangible. It is found not in size, but in balance. Between stone and leaf. Between effort and ease. As the light fades softly across the patio, the garden guides us onward once more, toward another space waiting to welcome stillness. Front yard farmhouse bloom scene. Imagine approaching a home where the front yard feels open and generous. Flowers rise gently from the grass, catching sunlight without crowding the space. Sunflowers stand tall near softer blooms, while lavender and chamomile rest closer to the ground. This yard does not feel designed to impress. It feels designed to welcome. Paths remain simple. Greenery flows naturally, guiding the eye without control. Grapevines stretch quietly along the edges, framing the house rather than hiding it. Vegetables grow among flowers, reminding us that usefulness and beauty can coexist without conflict. Here, the land feels respected. Nothing is forced into perfect lines. Growth follows the rhythm of the seasons, not trends. The front yard becomes the first conversation a home has with the world. It speaks softly. It invites pause. It offers calm before a door ever opens. In this open bloom scene, the countryside's spirit feels alive. Rooted, honest, and as the breeze moves gently through the flowers, the garden draws us forward once more, toward another space waiting to share its quiet story. Small courtyard vineyard calm space. Imagine stepping into a small courtyard hidden within the walls of a countryside home. Here, the outside world feels distant. Grapevines climb upward, wrapping the space in green, creating a gentle sense of enclosure. Light filters down softly from above, touching leaves and stone in quiet patterns. Flowers bloom close to the ground, adding warmth without noise. Herbs grow nearby, their presence subtle but reassuring. This courtyard is not large, yet it feels complete. Protected, calm. It becomes a place where time seems to slow naturally. The walls do not confine the space. They hold it. And the vines soften every edge, reminding us that boundaries can still feel kind. Here, stillness becomes easy. Conversations feel softer. Moments feel longer. The courtyard does not ask for attention. It offers refuge. A pause between rooms. A breath between thoughts. As the vines continue their quiet climb overhead, the garden opens its path once more, leading us gently toward the next space waiting to be explored. Backyard rustic homestay garden. Imagine a backyard where everything feels balanced and alive. Flowers bloom quietly along the edges. Vegetables grow with confidence in the open ground. Grapevines stretch overhead, offering shade without enclosure. This backyard does not follow strict design rules. It follows rhythm. Paths form naturally where feet have walked before. Seating appears where rest feels right. Here, the garden becomes the heart of the homestay. A place where mornings begin slowly and evenings settle gently. Conversations feel easier under open sky. Silence feels comfortable, not empty. Each plant seems to know its place without instruction. Flowers soften the space. Vegetables nourish it. Vines connect everything together. This backyard reminds us that beauty does not need to be distant or expensive. It grows when care is consistent and patience is allowed. As the day moves on and shadows lengthen across the ground, the garden holds its calm. And quietly, it invites us forward once more, toward another space waiting to share its story. Outdoor stairway green cascade. Imagine climbing a set of outdoor stairs where greenery flows gently beside each step. Plants soften the stone, guiding movement with calm rhythm. Flowers bloom quietly, while vines and herbs trail downward as if following the path. These stairs no longer feel like a transition. They become a moment. A pause between levels, between thoughts. The cascade of leaves slows your pace naturally. Each step feels intentional, grounded, and kind. Light moves differently here, filtered by plants that soften its edges. This stairway shows us that movement does not need to be rushed. Even passageways can hold beauty and meaning. Growth does not interrupt function. It enhances it. In this green cascade, the home feels more connected to the land. Stone and plant work together, each supporting the other. As the steps rise gently ahead, the garden continues its quiet conversation. And with every upward movement, we are guided forward, toward the next space waiting to unfold. Stone border meadow garden. Imagine a garden edge that feels as natural as the land itself. Stones rest quietly in the soil, shaped by time rather than tools. Behind them, meadow flowers rise freely, mixing color with gentle movement. This border does not try to contain the garden. It simply guides it. Wild poppies sway beside chamomile. Lavender leans softly toward the sun. Vegetables grow just beyond the flowers, blending nourishment with beauty. Nothing feels separated. Everything feels connected. The stones hold the earth without control. They allow roots to breathe, water to move, and plants to choose their own rhythm. In this balance, the garden feels honest. This meadow border reminds us that structure does not need to be strict. Boundaries can be soft. Edges can bloom. As light moves across petals and stone, the garden feels timeless, neither planned nor wild, but something in between. And as the meadow continues beyond this gentle border, we are drawn forward once again, toward the next space waiting to share its quiet harmony. Veranda grapevine living porch. Imagine stepping onto a veranda where the roof is alive. Grapevines stretch gently across wooden beams, creating shade that moves with the light. Leaves whisper softly in the breeze, and the air feels cooler beneath them. This veranda is no longer just a place to pass through. It becomes a living room open to the garden. A space where mornings begin slowly and evenings settle with ease. Flowers rest quietly near seating, adding warmth without distraction. Herbs grow close by, their scent blending with fresh air and sunlight. Nothing here feels arranged for display. Everything grows with purpose and patience. The grapevine does not rush to cover the porch. It takes its time, shaping the space season by season. And in doing so, it teaches us to slow down as well. Under this living canopy, conversations feel softer. Silence feels comfortable. Time feels generous. This veranda reminds us that comfort does not require walls. Sometimes, it only needs shade, light, and a place to sit. As the vines continue their quiet growth overhead, the garden invites us forward again, toward the next space waiting to welcome calm. Garden edging from reclaimed wood. Imagine a garden where each bed feels gently defined, not confined. Old wooden boards rest along the soil, shaped by time and reuse. They do not stand tall or demand attention. They simply guide the garden's flow. Flowers bloom freely within their borders. Vegetables grow confidently beside them. The wood holds the earth without control, allowing roots to breathe and water to move naturally. This edging does not seek perfection. Its beauty comes from imperfection. Rough edges, uneven lines, and visible grain remind us of hands that once worked the wood for another purpose. Here, the garden feels grounded. Paths feel clearer. Spaces feel intentional, yet relaxed. The reclaimed wood becomes a quiet storyteller. It speaks of reuse, patience, and care. It shows us that structure does not need to be rigid to be meaningful. As plants grow taller and seasons shift, the edging remains steady, supporting life without overshadowing it. And as the garden continues beyond these gentle borders, we are guided forward once more, toward the next space waiting to unfold its calm presence. Portico floral welcome frame. Imagine arriving at a home where the entrance feels alive. Flowers and vines gently frame the doorway, softening wood and stone with color and movement. Before a word is spoken, the space already feels welcoming. This portico does not rely on decoration alone. It relies on growth. Roses climb patiently. Lavender rests close to the steps. Grapevines stretch overhead, guiding the eye inward. Here, the entrance becomes a transition not just between outside and inside, but between pace and pause. The world slows as you cross beneath this living frame. Nothing feels formal or forced. The plants grow as they choose, shaping the entrance over time. Each season leaves its own mark, adding layers rather than replacing them. This floral frame reminds us that first impressions can be gentle. They do not need to impress. They only need to feel sincere. As light falls softly across the doorway and leaves sway quietly above, the home seems to breathe with the garden. And from this welcoming threshold, we are invited onward, toward the next space waiting to unfold its story. 18. Carport side garden buffer. Imagine arriving home and finding calm where you least expect it. Beside the carport, a strip of greenery softens gravel and concrete. Flowers bloom quietly and vines climb without urgency. This space was never meant to be decorative. It was functional. Yet with a little care, it becomes something more. Plants create a gentle boundary between movement and rest. They absorb sound. They cool the air. They remind us that even practical spaces can breathe. Herbs grow close to where footsteps pass each day. Lavender brushes against the edge of the drive. Grapevines stretch upward, turning shade into something alive. This garden buffer does not demand attention. It simply improves the experience of coming and going. It makes arrival softer, departure calmer. In this narrow space, nature proves its adaptability. It fits where it is welcomed. It thrives where it is allowed. And as the carport fades quietly into greenery, the garden carries us forward once more, toward the next space waiting to be transformed. (19) Wall crevice micro garden. Imagine discovering life where nothing was planned to grow. Between stones, in narrow cracks, small plants reach quietly toward the light. They do not ask for permission. They simply adapt. This micro garden turns overlooked spaces into moments of wonder. A wall once seen as solid becomes porous, alive. Herbs settle into tiny crevices. Flowers bloom softly where mortar meets stone. Grapevines stretch patiently, finding support in the smallest openings. This garden does not rely on space. It relies on resilience. It reminds us that growth does not need comfort to begin. Each plant tells a quiet story of persistence. Roots find their way. Leaves unfold slowly. Time works gently here. The wall no longer feels cold or distant. It becomes a living surface, changing with seasons and light. Something to notice, something to appreciate. And as this hidden garden reveals its quiet strength, it leads us forward once more, toward the next space waiting to rise upward into green shade. (20) Pergola vineyard shade haven. Imagine standing beneath a pergola where shade feels alive. Grapevines stretch gently overhead, weaving light and leaf into soft patterns. The air cools naturally, and the space feels instantly calm. This pergola does not block the sun. It filters it. Leaves move slowly, changing the mood of the space throughout the day. Here, the pergola becomes more than a structure. It becomes a living roof. A place to sit, to talk, or to simply be still. Flowers grow nearby, adding quiet color. Herbs rest close to reach, blending usefulness with beauty. Nothing feels decorative for its own sake. The grapevine teaches patience. It grows season by season, shaping the pergola over time. And in that slow growth, the space becomes richer. Under this vineyard shade, moments feel unhurried. Conversations last longer. Silence feels deeper. As light fades gently through the leaves, the garden invites us onward once again, toward the final space where warmth gathers and stories settle. If one of these ideas inspired you, save this video for later. Share it with someone who loves calm garden spaces. And stay with Backyard Fortune, where small gardens grow big meaning.